Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I basically just wanted the excuse to go book shopping. So I'm gonna take you guys along and I'm gonna vlog and we're gonna have a cozy day book shopping because I'm just in the mood to spend money and I want to buy some new books. I've been looking at my TBR cart and just the books that I have physically, and I'm gonna be honest, none of them have been inspiring me to read right now. I do fear I'm heading into a reading slump, and so this is the perfect opportunity for me to pick up a few more books to spice up my cart and to help maybe get me out of this reading slump that I'm in since I finished Kingdom of Ash. Also, I just want to spend some money. Do you ever get in those moods where you're like, I want to do some damage at the bookstore? Because that's basically how I feel right now, and I'm using this video as an excuse to be able to do that. So I have a few books in mind that I would like to pick up. So I definitely want to pick up a Frederick Bachman book, specifically Beartown. I've seen a lot of people talk about that book this year. So I would love to be able to own that physically, and then I would love to pick up the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It just is giving warm, cozy fall vibes, and I also just need some more light-hearted books. I feel like my TBR cart right now is all fantasy and thrillers, and I need some more romance, light, fluffy books in there as palette cleansers. So looking at that, I might pick up a few more romances if I see any covers that catch my eye. What else? What else am I looking for, guys? I don't know. I'm gonna browse the fiction section, see if I see anything there that's speaking to me. I might pick up more books to add to my like classic collection. I don't know. I'm just going in with an open mind, letting what speaks to me come to me, and I'm gonna take you guys along. So that's it for the intro. Let's go spend some money and buy some books. Friends, I am back from shopping and I did pick up a few books that I'm gonna show and talk about. I only picked up 3. I did have a few books in mind, like I said, that I wanted to look for. I didn't find the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, unfortunately. My Barnes & Noble for some reason didn't have one, even though online they said they had one, so that was a bit annoying. So I didn't pick up that book. And then I was looking for this one romance book called Let's Make a Scene. I read it earlier this year and I just really wanted a physical copy of this one. So I didn't find that one either. I kind of didn't suspect to find it just because I do think it's a smaller author. But nonetheless, I'll probably order these 2 from an indie bookstore just to support locally. But all that said, I found 3 books that I'm pretty happy that I picked up. And one of them was a book that I did say I was looking for, and that is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I'm obsessed with this cover, guys. I think it's so pretty and will look good on my bookshelf. I transparently don't really know that much of this storyline other than that Everyone that I've seen talk about this book, they always mention how profound the writing is, and it really makes you think deeply, and there's a big just like emotional connection to this. I think it's a trilogy that people rave about, so I'm excited to dive into this world and see what the hype is about. This will also be my first Frederick Bachman book that I have read, so I'm just really excited to see his writing style after seeing so many people hype up his work. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I am probably going to save this for more of a wintry read because I do think it's about hockey. I could be totally wrong, but I want to go in pretty blind just so that I get the full experience. So either way, I was just happy that they had this copy that I could purchase and add to my collection. The next book that I pick up is the same author that does the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but this is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This book is actually on my summer TBR, so I was kind of looking for at least a book from this author to pick up this time, and I'm happy that they at least had this edition or this book out of all the ones that she's written. I have read The Christmas Tree Farm, and I thought it was really fun, lighthearted, silly. I think when I did a reading vlog on that one, I mentioned how the writing and the storytelling in this world that the author has created, it's similar vibes to Gilmore Girls and Hallmark kind of mashed together, and honestly that's sometimes the exact vibes that I'm looking for. So I kind of bought this one not only to have in my physical collection because yes, I think these covers are adorable. Are they a little grandma-y? Yes, but I just love them. I don't know, they tickle something in my brain. So I was happy to pick up this one, but I also wanted it as kind of my palette cleanser refresher book because like I mentioned earlier, my TBR cart, it's filled with fantasy and thriller books, and sometimes it's nice just to have a fun, lighthearted, silly romance book. I know not everyone loves these books, but I just take them at face value, okay? I'm not thinking critically when I'm reading these. I'm just here for a good time. So very excited to have this one. Again, I don't really know much about this one other than that it's in like the universe that our author Lori Gilmore has created. Ooh, I have a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I didn't even know that. So that's pretty exciting. But there will probably be some characters that, you know, cross over because a lot of these books I think are like interconnected, but you can also read as standalone. So either way, I'm just looking for something light and silly and fun, and I feel like this will do the job. And then the last book that I picked up was actually a book that I was hoping to pick up around my birthday, but every time I went to Barnes & Noble, they didn't have it. So I kind of gave up on trying to pursue it until this time, and that is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gellig. This book I feel like flew off the shelves in its first printing. This unfortunately is not a special edition, and that's okay. Honestly, not every book I need needs to be a special edition, but I do think that the end paper art is still the same, and like the hardcover up front still the same. It's just my edges aren't sprayed on this one, which again, it's totally fine. Also, I'm just excited to have this book. I loved One Dark Window. I like Rachel's writing and how atmospheric and her storytelling, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. I have seen some mixed views, mostly skewing towards positive, some skewing towards indifference from a lot of my friends, but I'm excited to read it nonetheless. I can't wait. I'll probably dive into it in the more fall time. This just screams fall to me. I don't know why, but yeah. So anyways, happy to have this in my collection. Also, if I love this book, I low-key might splurge and try and get the Fairy Loot edition off of like someone selling it secondhand, but either way, very happy to have it in my collection. And these are the 3 books that I picked up from Barnes & Noble. I'll probably place an order online at my local indie bookstore for those other 2 books like I mentioned before, but yeah, I was thinking I was going to spend more money than I initially was going in, but I only came out with 3 books, so not too bad, and I'm very happy to have these physically. So that's going to be it for this week's video. If you've done any book shopping recently, let me know what books you've picked up in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys!